Obviously a tough one for our group. I keep saying this, I hate it, but it's another really good basketball game from a fan perspective, but disappointing for us not to be able to close this game out. Obviously shorthanded, but it's never an excuse in our program. We come into every game with what we have, expecting to win. This was another night we should have won, but we didn't. And sometimes it comes down to making plays, not about obviously things we didn't do on our side, finishing layups all game. Not the last one. We missed some pretty close shots all game. For the most part, shots we usually make, we need to make. But on their end, some big plays were made, some big rebounds, some big scores down the stretch. Obviously, Jacob Gilliard with the phenomenal shot at the end. For him to make 7 threes tonight, 8 of his 8 field goals, 7 of them threes, was a really good game between two programs that, a program we have a lot of respect for in the Spiders.
Coach English, how did the Patriots try to adjust in the absence of Josh?
We really try to focus on defense, and hang our hats on that, and much better performance on that end, holding them under 40, which is a goal of ours. We didn't do that at LaSalle this past Saturday. The focus is on defense. Offensively, we do what we do from a pace and space standpoint. A lot less pace this game because Richmond pretty much concedes the offensive glass and get back in transition. But we tried to maintain our spacing. With him back, it's more of a focus to get post touches. Without him, it's more paint touches. We've had some practice playing without him. We played a half a game at Kansas without him. We played all of George Washington without him, a big chunk of the UMass game without him, and obviously last game LaSalle without him. So we're learning how to play without him offensively more. It's more about our defensive intensity and effort.
Are you hopeful that Josh can participate Wednesday?
I am hopeful.
Do you have any sort of general thoughts about this unusual twist involving 2 games in 3 days at your...
No, it makes good prep time for both assistant coaches on each side who have the scouts. It may be some adjustments here and there, more like an NBA playoff scenario. You've done it before as a player. I've done it as a coach. It's usually at the end of the season. You play a team senior night or their senior night, and you meet them again in your conference tournament. In professional basketball, it happens quite a bit. So it's basketball. I know that the players on the court will have great familiarity with each other, and I think it's going to come down to minor adjustment by the coaches and mostly playmaking by the players. At this point in the season in league play, everyone knows each other.
Thank you.
Coach, if somebody would have told you before the game you come in here shorthanded and you hold Richmond to 62 points, you take your chances.
Yeah, it's less about points. You never know with the way they play transition defense. The points it's more about the percentages. So I look at that and we say we held Richmond under 40. I feel okay about it. You say you held them to 4 made threes in the second half. Maybe I feel okay about it. But if you say you held Tyler Burton to 4 for 13, you feel good about that. But if I would have seen Jacob Gilliard's stat line, I wouldn't have felt good about it. He scored the ball at a high rate, and 11 steals. 11 steals is problematic, but obviously it's what he does.
Questions online?
Hey, Coach, what did you think was the root of the issues with the turnovers tonight?
Some spacing issues, a couple of plays we popped when we should have rolled, or we rolled when we were supposed to pop in ball screens. Some just intestinal fortitude of being strong with the ball in traffic, and you're playing against a guy who has the most steals in the history of college basketball. So that had a little bit to do with it as well.
And what do you do as a coach? I know you have the quick turnaround. What do you do as a coach just to ensure that there isn't a hangover where this game beats you twice?
There won't be any hangover. That won't happen. Our group does a really good job regrouping and locking back into the next task at hand. We're still building our program. We're still building our program. It takes, and these guys have been together for a really, 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 really long time. And you know how to win these games. It is a skill. It is a skill. I've been on old teams before, teams that I was on a senior-laden team my senior season. And there's you know how to win these games. You know who's getting the shots. You know what defensive coverage is without the coach telling you. We're still figuring all that stuff out. You know, we had to finish the game without Deshaun, which, you know, hinders some. But again, it's no excuses in our program at all. We are disappointed about this loss. It's a game we fully expected to win, even without Joshua.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.